Hi everyone, welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. So today we've got a party dip for you. We're kind of calling it the 7 layers because that's about how many layers of different things that we have. So the 7-layer taco dip is what we're going to call it. What we have, and you can serve this certainly a couple of different ways. We've got black beans that we're going to serve as our base, mixture of mozzarella, cheddar cheese, and you need to have, if you want to have the meat, which I would think, even if you're vegetarian, you can use the vegetarian crumbs. I'm using ground turkey, and what I've done is I cooked it already for purposes of time, and I added this taco seasoning. This is the one McCormick makes that has less sodium. So I followed the instructions for that, and it actually is cooked back here. So we're gonna layer that on top. We have our sour cream. I have some homemade guacamole. So if you're interested in my guacamole recipe, just search my site, you'll find that. We're gonna use salsa. This is my favorite. I love paste. We're gonna put more cheese. We have black olives, tomatoes, and green onions, okay? So we're gonna go in and get started. And again, this is really just layering. So I've drained the beans already. So we're gonna take them off or out of the can here. Okay, again, make sure you take off the excess oil. And really, this is something that is meant to be just kind of served just cold. You can put it in the refrigerator, you can serve it immediately. Whatever you would like, okay? So we're just gonna spread the beans kind of evenly on the bottom. And then to the beans, we're going to then add some cheese. We're gonna add about half of the cheese here. Make sure that's kind of spread nicely. Okay, so we've got half of the cheese. And again, as always, look in the description where you'll find the measurements for everything. So now I'm gonna go back. Again, I cooked this before. This is my ground turkey that I mixed the taco seasoning with, again, for purposes of time. I cooked that already, so we could move through this rather briskly. So I'm just gonna spread that across try to do it as evenly as I possibly can. And this is something, you wanna serve with nachos, and you can just eat it as is. Without anything, totally up to you. So I'm just gonna make sure this is spread nicely. And then on top of this, because it's much easier to do, I'm going to now spread the sour cream, okay? So I'm using, this is actually 8 ounces, so I'm gonna use the entirety of that. So I'm just gonna drop a few and then go back and spread it some. Again, it helps you if you've kind of tried to put some drops in some strategic places. So the spreading is much easier. I'm gonna use every bit of the sour cream. All right, so now we're just gonna kind of spread that nicely, as evenly as possible. Obviously, it's not gonna be all of that perfect, but just do your best and spread it as best as possible. Okay, so we've got this pretty much covered nicely. Now on top of this, we're going to add my homemade guacamole, okay? So we're gonna also drop this on top, like dollops like this. Really easy guacamole recipe, as I said. Just check my site and you'll find it. Super, super easy. Or guess what? You can go and buy your own. So likewise, you're gonna try to spread that as evenly as you can. As I said, if you do your best, that's all anyone could ever ask of you, right? So we've got that spread. Okay, now that we've got the guac, now we're gonna add our salsa. And this is actually just about a cup of salsa. So I'm gonna put the entirety of the bottle in here that remains. We love this. We will put this on our omelets. I like making Southwest omelets in the morning for breakfast, especially on the weekends. And so we use this a lot, or if we want to have some chips or something like that. So likewise, spread your salsa. as fast as you can. Okay, so we've got the salsa spread. Now we're going to add the remaining cheese, remainder of the cheese. So let's do that. Get this out. Spread this nice and evenly over it. And again, if you wanted to melt this, honestly, you could put it in the oven for a little while. It's totally up to you, whatever you would like. You can just do so many things with this. It's easy and super delicious. All right, now that we have that, we're gonna add our black olives. So we're just gonna top it like so. And again, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get our nacho chips and we're going to eat it just like that. And you can use more or less. If you're a big olive person, you can add more olives. These are chopped tomatoes. So we're gonna spread those on top like so. We like lots of tomatoes, so you see we've got that. But again, you've got the salsa, so you really already have some tomato in there. And then we're gonna end it with some green onions. And of course I used my nice little handy dandy herb cut scissors. I'll put them in the comment sections, but it just makes it so much easier to cut. And guess what? Voila, we are done. So I want to be able to gonna move this out of the way, and I'm going to try to put this up to the camera so that you can take a look at it. I hope that you can see. It's pretty, it's healthy, it's delicious, and it's time for me to eat it. All right, so thanks a lot for tuning in. Of course, you know, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Just click on the button there. I come out with a recipe every other week, something simple, delicious, and a healthier version. Certainly you can say that this was simple. I can tell you it's delicious, and it is a healthier version. I substituted the ground turkey. You can use ground chicken if you want, or again, the vegan crumbs, you can do those as well. All right, thank you so much. Share on social media, appreciate you, bye-bye.